Hi there, hoping you have some advice for me. I use flocculant to get the dead algae to sink to the bottom of the pool. That worked great, but when I went to vacuum it up, the particles just dispersed again. Do you have any advice? And I'm going to ask you to do two types of advice. One, if you have a filter with a multi-port that you can run to waste, and two, if it's an above ground pool, for instance, with one of those cartridge filter setups.
Okay, so the best way to use a flocculant is to flock it, let it settle to the bottom, and you vacuum on waste. So if you have a sand filter, DE filter that has a multi-port valve that has a waste function, what happens is you're vacuuming through the skimmer, and instead of it going into the filter, it just runs out into the yard, and you waste that. That's really what a flocculant is designed to do, is get that stuff to the bottom so you can get it out. If you just put it on vacuum on regular filter mode, that stuff, because it's algae, dead algae is so fine, it shoots right back in the pool. You need to do another step. Another step would be to use a water clarifier that would clump and coagulate that into chunks that would get caught in the filter. If your second part of your question is if it's a cartridge filter, likely the cartridge filter should be able to take that contaminant out. Should be able to, just the fineness of it, it should be able to pull it out. But again, if it's getting through a cartridge filter, at this point the only thing to do is to add a water clarifier, a polymer coagulant that can clump that stuff up into big enough particles that it can be removed. But the ideal situation is to vacuum on waste, or buy, borrow, or rent a secondary vacuum system that you can then vacuum it out onto waste. Much like we use when we're opening a pool and there's a lot of debris that we don't want to send through the filter, we'll bring out a second pump, hook our vacuum up to that, suck it right out and dump that 6 inches of water into the yard, but then the pool's clean and it's not taxing their filter. So I hope one of those situations will work for you.